Fuck you, you're wrong. Fuck you, we're right. You have all made it to the dance. Because believe me, this is the dance.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the Royal Grumble. I am your host, Graham, and here we are back. We've finished Summerfest, so it's Autumn Fest time. But no, I'm only kidding.
Winter is coming.
Winter is coming. Oh yeah, autumn's coming. That's a hashtag on Twitter at the moment for some
it?
reason. Daryl's here. Hello, Daryl.
Hello, Daryl. No, I'm Daryl.
You're
Hello,
Daryl. Yeah, well
hello,
done.
Graham.
How you doing?
I'm all right, mate. Thanks.
Good.
I got a car.
Yeah, you did. Well done.
Yeah.
Nice work.
I drove here.
Well done.
I'm no longer a bus wanker.
Good.
Talking of bus wankers, hi Dan.
Hi.
Oh, savage.
Well, I always get the dickhead.
So you've just
intro, so I'll just pass it on to
you
Dan.
butted
I've
in.
passed your bullying on.
It's all right. My travel is paid for by the taxpayer.
He's had your pants down, mate. He's had your pants down.
again, but I like it.
So
So
again, Steve, mate. No, no opening contest this week because we still haven't thought of one. The opening contest for this week is for all of us to think of an opening contest for next week.
Good one.
That's the plan. Yeah, I thought of that myself. I didn't.
Yeah.
You said it 2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So where are we going to start? Let's talk about Cody Rhodes' ring. Yeah, Cody Rhodes' ring. That's what I want to talk about.
yeah,
Talk about Cody Rhodes' ring.
you don't like this, do you?
No.
So for the listeners at home,
Yeah, basically what I'm doing is I'm luring you into talking about it so I can get annoyed.
Yeah, so for the listeners at home, Cody Rhodes has replaced the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight title belt with a ring that you would wear on your finger. And what you have to do, instead of like shaking hands, I don't know if they still do that in Ring of Honor, but they must do. Instead of shaking hands before the match, you've got to kiss the ring.
Oh, it's so funny and so original, so clever. He's so funny. Tell you what, Cody Rhodes, oh, thank God he's left WWE. He's so good. Oh, Cody Rhodes. Oh, Cody, the American Nightmare. Oh, Cody Rhodes. Oh, look how many good matches he had. Fuck off, Cody
Why
Rhodes.
are you annoyed by this?
Well, what's this, right? This is stupid, right? It's Ring of Honor. They're always like super protective of the titles, and now they've got a guy going, oh, I don't need a belt. I've got a ring. Kiss my ring.
Yeah.
Look, Ring of Honor. What a pun this is.
so yeah,
right?
so he's a heel that's
But like,
Getting
if
rid
they
of the
did
belt.
something like that, I bet everyone's like, "Oh, brilliant! What a great, cool idea!" And if they did this in like WWE or something, people would be like, "What a stupid! Devalues the title. Ooh, what they just pack it in, Cody. Go back to being Stardust, mate. Go and have a fight with Arrow off of telly.
I don't
Has
even.
he fought the Flash yet?
That's on his list.
Oh, there you go then.
I don't even like Cody Rhodes, but I think this is a good idea. I quite like this.
But like, it don't. Oh, just why?
His
Why is it a
whole
good
thing
idea?
was kind of like shitting on everything Ring of Honor was. So it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, but then people are going, "Oh, he's so good and so clever." Is he?
By association, he is.
Is he? Oh, because he's part of the Bullet Club.
He's with Young Bucks and
He's the
Nice
wank
Girl.
version of Bullet Club that's not part of the elite.
Yeah.
Basically, he's VK Wall Street or Ted DiBiase off of the first NWO
yeah,
or Horace Hogan. That's who he is. He's Horace Hogan. Is he?
is he?
Well, a bit.
Dusty
Who-
Rhodes was in the NWO. Can
Yeah.
it not just be Dusty Rhodes?
No, because he's not as good, is he? Also, he
No,
doesn't
'cause
own the name.
Jeff Jarrett is the Dusty Rhodes of the Bullet Club.
Oh, yeah, Jeff Jarrett was in...
Because
yeah.
he showed up randomly for like one episode with shirt on and stuff, and then that were it.
Yeah.
Young Bucks were getting annoyed about that this week, by the way, because people are asking if they're going to go back to TNA, and they were like, no.
What they actually said was Vince McMahon's theme music has the right expression for us going back to GFW.
Yeah. So then someone replied and went, what? Come on, and get it. Up against a machine too strong. Oh, you bloody crazy Young Bucks. Yeah, no, I don't like it, and I'm just using this as an excuse to get angry.
Yeah.
Good on you.
Enjoy a bit of anger. Should we talk about what happened on Raw this week? Because I think Raw was actually quite notable this week. They're doing hot matches at No Mercy, aren't they?
What match are they doing at No Mercy?
Well,
mate?
you know, like WrestleMania?
Oh, yeah.
Well, they're just doing that at No Mercy.
Are they?
Yeah, well, they're doing Brock against Braun, which is probably like the biggest money match they've got, I think. And they're also doing Roman Reigns against John Cena. You know, just at No Mercy.
Sorry,
got
I thought you said that they're doing John Cena versus Roman Reigns at No Fucking Mercy.
I did actually say that, mate.
Oh, yeah?
We got a tweet this week pointing out to us because last week we said, they'll probably do it at Fastlane or something.
Yeah.
And we got a tweet this week pointing out they're just doing it this month. Well, next month.
Yeah.
I mean,
brilliant.
just bang it on. Actually, it's this month by now. Hello. Happy September, everyone.
Yeah.
My birthday soon.
That's so.
So I'll let you know.
Oh, no. What's your...
It's the 16th of September, my birthday.
you know that means it's his birthday show. That means we have to do something for it. Oh, no.
Yeah. Tops off for my birthday. That's what it is.
I'm dreading that. So we talk about Roman Reigns and John Cena. They had a fun, awkward promo off this week. I just belched into the microphone there. You watched this?
I did, actually.
What do you think of it?
I thought it was quite funny.
It was bizarre, wasn't it? It was like, I mean, I'm sure...
It's the fact that it was apparently all scripted as well, and it's this idea that, if we shit on him so much, fans will start getting behind him. Like,
was the bit scripted where Roman Reigns forgot what he was saying and John Cena went, hey, you don't have to cut a promo, mate, so was that bit scripted?
I guess that part wasn't.
I feel like that may have been John Cena going into business for himself.
I think Roman Reigns wanted to cry.
Have you noticed in the 2 weeks that he's been at Raw, he's just decided to be a dickhead to everyone?
He's just got his golden shovel out these past few weeks, hasn't he? And he's just going for it.
Last week, he was, don't worry, lads, just chuck a beach ball around, way! And this week, he's like, don't worry, lads, Roman Reigns is wank, way! He's just having a laugh on Raw, and he's like, you all need me to be on this show,
You're forgetting about his SmackDown, his SmackDown leaving party, which was, hey, Baron. Dickhead.
Hey, Baron Corbin, more like Baron Knobhead, way! Banter Cena rolling around doing what he likes.
Go have a swing around that post and I'll F5 you.
Do you know why he's doing what he likes, though? Because of exactly what he said in his promo. He's better at doing this part-time than Roman Reigns is doing it full-time. Little bit close to the bone. You talked about The Miz the other week, saying things that are just a bit too close to the bone.
Yeah.
What was this?
Yeah. This were a bit too far, weren't it? But this, like, I don't know what the point of it was, like, because why send him out?
Lols.
Yeah, but like, why send him out there if Roman Reigns, if Vince McMahon is like Roman Reigns is the next top guy, why send him out there for John Cena to absolutely shit all over him?
I think I know why. Right? I think on some level, Vince wants it to look like Roman is able to think off the cuff like John Cena is, but he doesn't want to think so much that he's willing to let him think off the cuff, because obviously they scripted all of this. So I think it's trying to make it look like, oh look, he's got the banter as well, it's fine. And really, if you script it for him, he doesn't really, does he?
Also, they keep scripting everyone with the same promo against Cena, so Cena can always do that. You're saying the exact same thing everyone says about me.
He's saying the same thing that Dean Ambrose said like a couple of weeks. Yeah. Well, I suppose
same thing AJ said about him.
Yeah. And Miz said about him, and probably Baron Corbin at some point. Kevin Owens.
Going all the way back to when Punk said it.
Yeah. It's just the same thing against him all the time, isn't it?
But then Cena every time goes, you're saying the same thing everyone says about me. And it's just, say something else then. Just go, you got your girlfriend a long title reign, didn't you dickhead?
Do you think that they might have Cena like absolutely bury him even more, and then at No Mercy have him beaten, and then Shield come out and absolutely reunite Shield, and absolutely like everyone jizzes everywhere?
No, because that'd be all right. And that's not what they're about.
Not doing that, are they?
You know what I mean? No, it's not what they're about, because Roman's the star, mate.
What do you mean send the fans home happy? Why would we do that?
Yeah, but he would be the star because he'd be the main event one in it this time.
No, because
they've already got the tag team bitches.
Do you know, funny thing actually, you say about the tag team bitches, I had a thought earlier on. I was like, this is usually, because they've had these 2 tag team matches the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You know what they usually do with stuff like this? Or at least, they're like hot-shotting titles at the moment.
Yeah.
What's the chance, right? Probably minute, but what's the chance that they have Reigns to Cena against Ambrose and Rollins, and they win the titles and then drop them the week after? You remember when they did that with Cena and Batista for a week?
Yeah.
And they did it with Shawn Michaels and Cena for a couple of weeks. Over WrestleMania.
Batista and The Undertaker as well.
No, I don't think
Did you know that Shawn Michaels has had a WrestleMania
franchise?
Yeah, he has had a WrestleMania match with everybody that he has won the tag team titles with.
I did not know that, actually.
That's a fact.
Gosh, that's actually a good
He's
fact.
looking at me confused because he's going to say Marty Jannetty. That wasn't an officially recognised title reign.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
I'm not wrong.
has Marty Jannetty shagged his daughter yet? Do we know that yet?
No, yeah, that's a good point. Is that coming up later?
Have we got a Jannetty
I haven't
update?
seen. I don't know.
I
Sorry.
mean, you know, I know we talked about Game of Thrones last week, but we're really ramping it.
Yeah, Jannetty made incest cool.
Well,
right?
yeah, exactly. What Game of Thrones just following, really, in a way. So maybe that's what it was. He saw Game of Thrones. You're like, clearly this is okay now.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's all right. Don't worry about it, mate.
In Game of Thrones, there's lots of incest.
Yeah. And like in the first series,
I've seen the first episode, so I know about the.
Yeah, but in
that
the
was
latest
disgusting,
in the
but
latest
this is
episode,
all right.
it's all right because it's the good ones that are doing it.
Oh.
But what happens is they don't know they're doing the incest. He's shagging his auntie, but you don't know it's his auntie. And then there's a flashback scene where you find out.
I don't know whether this is like spoilers or anything, and we should have warned people before saying this. 'Cause
Mate,
people get a bit touchy about.
Mate,
Game of
think when
Thrones.
this podcast comes out, right? Game of Thrones was the Sunday just gone.
Yeah, so
So
I'm not going to apologise for
they've
spoiling
had
it
to
for
come
you.
onto the internet to download this.
Yeah.
So if you've got to avoid the internet, haven't
People's
you?
got a full day to try and ruin Twin Peaks for me, and I don't want that.
Oh dear.
Yeah, well,
Twin Peaks finale this weekend.
It turns out it was all a dream.
something
That's-
about a log lady.
Don't bring up all of
it
like
was
that's
coffee.
sole
It was
subject.
coffee. I don't know what that is. I've got no clue.
Don't bring up
I've just read those
That's
words. That'd be like him going, Tom and Giants Bane. You'd be like, whoa, hold on, fuck off. But you're just throwing words out there. Although you used to learn Game of Thrones spoilers just to ward off people, didn't you?
Yeah, just I'd threaten people if they pissed
to
me
be
off on a
fair,
Monday. I'd shout out Game of Thrones
That's
spoilers.
a good defense tactic,
Yeah.
isn't it? If you know someone's absolutely fervent about Game of Thrones, that's not a bad tactic. We've gone quite.
Should talk about wrestling.
Yeah, we've gone quite off topic here. Cena and Reigns, yeah, and then, but yeah, I think there's a chance they could do that old switcheroo with the tag titles. If it wasn't Ambrose and Rollins, I think they would definitely do it. Like, say it was still Cesaro and Sheamus, I bet next week they would have won the titles, then the week after they lost them, and then just sent them back to the normal feuds. But still a possibility. I think it's just they don't want the Shield members in proximity to
Yeah,
each other.
probably.
They had a big battle royale. Jeff Hardy's getting an Intercontinental Championship slot next week. He did that drop kick that he does, where he claps in the air this week,
Oh yeah.
right? And I swear to God, he just clapped and then did a drop kick shortly. He was like, kick.
Oh yeah.
It was
Maybe he's doing the start of We Will Rock You.
maybe. Oh, great news about that.
Oh, the Bullet Club reformed.
They did, and no one cared.
No.
Even worse than that, though. Speaking of no one cared, fucking Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt's still going on. So remember what we literally said about improving.
I'm not talking about Raw anymore.
Yeah, remember what we said a couple of weeks ago about Finn Balor? I didn't think he was dead unless they carried on the Bray Wyatt feud.
Yeah, he's dead.
He's dead. Yep, dead. And not a minute too soon. I think the Emma thing, right? Have you seen the Emma thing that's going on?
No. Oh, was it something about tweeting?
Oh, that was wank, yeah. Some shit
Oh
about
wait, I started the Women's Revolution. I started the Women's Revolution.
But
I started the Women's Revolution.
here's the thing. I think I know where it's heading. So this is a Royal Grumble exclusive. This is where it's heading, right?
Okay.
That's going to lead to Paige's return.
Makes sense.
I think because they were the ones who had that match, and that's what she's bringing up, and she's going to keep banging on. I thought this week when she won that match against Mickey, she was going to start doing that, and then they were going to hit Paige's music, and people were going to go mad.
No, but they did the better thing of just having her walk up the ramp, continually repeating herself over and over.
Yeah, they were cracking that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Zack Ryder cry wanks.
Yeah, but his other birds,
Yes.
like she's all like when I say
Quite
she's
nice.
all right, she's nice, but like the other one, like Emma's fitter, but like
The fact that Zack Ryder's got to step down and his new girlfriend is still ridiculous. Like, she's not as ridiculous as Emma, but
Yeah,
it
he's,
still just shows
Yeah.
there's no God, doesn't it?
I don't like. Yeah, there is no God. He still blocked me on Twitter, by the way, in case you're interested. I didn't
Tell
know
him how
he-
you feel about his ex and his
Well,
current girlfriend.
Yeah, I didn't know he
they've
blocked
both
me.
got lovely personalities as well.
I'm sure they do, yeah.
Just
Said
because,
Mick Foley.
yeah, because I don't just want to be lecturing over women on this podcast. It's not what I do.
Really?
No.
Oh, just in your private life then.
Well, yeah.
Well, obviously, everyone's injured.
Everyone's
Samoa Joe's
fucked.
out. Who else is injured?
Xavier Woods.
Yeah, he had a sign on him on SmackDown that said "It hurts" or something like it was. I can't remember exactly what he said, but he literally had it hanging around his neck.
Big Cass is going to be out like 9 months or whatever it is.
I mean, we talked about that. I mean,
He's
that's
dead,
not
isn't
a
he?
loss to anyone.
Nah.
Like, is there some good news? Like, is Bray Wyatt injured?
No,
Oh.
no, annoying. Yeah, that's what we
No,
should do.
everyone's injured and Bray Wyatt shagging JoJo. Let's carry on with the sexualization of women.
Yeah, cracking. Meanwhile, on SmackDown, Aiden English shaves his nipples.
How do you know this?
Well, he was on SmackDown. He won a match, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, sort of. They did a little thing with Kevin Owens because Kevin Owens is having, the money feud now with Shane McMahon.
Yeah, is that going to Survivor Series, that one?
Well, I don't know if they've got a pay-per-view before that, unless Could be in Hell in a Cell.
Oh, fuck off.
Oh, he's going to be in it. It's definitely going to be that.
Yeah, because Kevin Owens is a mental bastard. He's going to like do something in Hell in a Cell as well.
Both
isn't he?
jump off Hell in a Cell.
Kevin Owens likes building things with chairs
Yeah.
to fall into. So.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, the point is that Kevin Owens was annoyed about the ref thing, so he butted in an Aiden English against Sami Zayn match, told the ref, go away, I'm the ref now. Now, I noticed the ref was wearing a massive ref's shirt so that Kevin Owens could take the shirt off. I mean, the poor ref, right, he's wearing a shirt that's like 3 or 4 sizes too big for him. And it's like Kevin Owens is like still struggling to get this shirt on.
Which ref was it?
Dear.
I literally don't know how else to describe him, so I'm sorry for this, but the Asian ref.
Oh yeah,
Because they don't have another Asian ref. It's the guy with the sort of
shaved head.
And I don't know what his name is. I'm sorry, because they don't name the refs anymore, do they?
No.
There's Mike Yoda, and then there's
Little H.
Little Nate, and that's it.
Yeah.
And you only know their
Drake.
names because from back.
Drake Gewurz.
What?
Oh,
Used
you
to
mean
be
the
Drake
NXT
Younger.
guy, the Drake Younger guy?
Yeah.
He's
He's on
there
main
too.
roster now, isn't he?
Probably. I don't know. Like they're so inattentive with the referees.
With his massive scar on his nipple.
But yeah, I was like, he's wearing a really big shirt. Oh, that's why. Okay, there you go. And then Kevin Owens powerbombed Sami Zayn, and Aiden English got the pin off of that, so that went well.
I'm on 10 hooks here, mate.
Yep.
How do you know Aiden English shaves his nipples?
Because, like, if you look at him, right, he's got chest hair.
He's got a square.
He's got chest hair all the way around, but then there's just like circles around his nipples. It's like, so he clearly must shave his nipples, but nowhere else,
Okay.
That's weird.
which makes it more notable.
Did you know that Mike Kanellis is 2 months sober from prescription drugs?
I saw that.
Yeah, that's
Right,
really
he
good
was-
of him, isn't it?
Well, but
Like getting clean and stuff.
what's going on there? That
Yeah.
was weird, wasn't it?
Yeah, he had an addiction to painkillers, I guess, or prescription medication.
How long has he been under WWE contract?
About 2 months.
But that's bizarre, isn't it? It's like I had no idea. Like,
Do you think that's why he's getting buried? Because he
Well, I was going to say he celebrated his 2 month by getting fed to Bobby Roode.
yeah. Well, I mean, which one do you want to push? Obviously, Bobby Roode out of the two. If you have to pick out of the two, wait, you screwed your face up. Do you not
That's
agree?
Fine. Yeah.
Yeah,
Bobby Roode is much better than him, though.
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
So I won't say he's like getting buried there, but he has been getting buried for a while. And do you think it might be because they went, you didn't tell us you were an addict when we signed you?
You'd have thought that
That's my favourite song, by the way, that you just sang. Aiden English.
I mean, they have medicals and stuff, so you
Shaving
think
nipples.
somebody that's spiked up saying, "You've got little opiates in your system, mate. Something going on." Like, no, that's Jeff Hardy's test you're reading. No, we're not going to fall for that one again. That's
No,
not
I'm
Jeff
Mike
Hardy's test.
Bennett. No, you're not. Mike Kanellis. So, yeah, I don't
I don't
it
get
was
what happened
really
there.
weird. Yeah, really weird. He was like, I'm celebrating my 2 months sober. I was like, oh, the 2 months that you've been in WWE. That's a bit.
Was
odd.
this on Twitter or something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Maria
He tweeted it. Oh, did
Maria
she tweet
tweeted it. Yeah.
Fair enough. I mean, fair play to him, but like, it's still a bit odd that they signed him in the first. But I don't know. It's just all very strange to me.
Do you know Maria and Eve Torres were on Breaking the Magician's Code?
What?
An old
Vaguely,
show that's now
yeah.
on Netflix. That's how I know, because I was just flicking through things and it was on my
Is
recommendations.
that the one that used to be on Saturday nights before Baywatch?
With the masked magician.
Yeah, the masked
Yeah.
magician.
Yeah.
See,
And then he
I
unmasked one day, and it was like, oh, it turns out it was me, Fernando. I was like, I don't know who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
I remember that on Raw they hyped that at the time, and then on the actual show they don't once reference WWE or their actual names. They just say 2 hot supermodels.
That's
Yeah.
phenomenal.
They're in a car and it
Only
disappears
WWE could
and
get-
reappears.
Could get like slammed down for being too carny for the Breaking the Magician's Code telly show. Like, we don't want any of your carny antics. Now let's show you how to do the disappearing van.
Yeah, they're like, here's 2 supermodels. It's not that fake wrestling shit. This is how you saw a woman in half. Really?
Oh, we haven't even talked about the fact that Jerry the King Lawler was on Raw.
Joe Lawler's on Raw.
Yeah, so they did a bit.
Did he die again?
No.
Oh.
I mean,
Considering why Booker T went on the show,
who he brought? Yeah,
Why weren't Booker T on the show?
he's in Houston, isn't he? Because
there's
there's Storm and that.
Hurricane Harvey. Like,
Do you,
Okay.
do you
as
watch
bad
the
if
news?
not worse than
I'm going to
Katrina.
level with you. There was a day that went by and I didn't realise that fucking North Korea had sent a missile over Japan. I read it and I was like, oh, this is a fake headline. I was like, oh, happened a day ago. Oh, you live and learn. We're still alive, aren't we? It's all right.
Live and learn. No, that's where he was with his family or whatever. So it was fortunately they were in Memphis. But the reason I bring it up is that they had him bring out Pelvis Wesley off
Yeah.
of Southpaw Regional Wrestling
Impressive pelvis well.
to no reaction.
No.
But I
'cause
was
it's a
thinking when he was
shitty
going to do it, because
internet
it was
thing.
coming out to feud with Elias or whatever, I thought, it's going to be Honky Tonk Man, innit? It's his cousin. It's going to be Honky Tonk Man. Come on, Honky Tonk Man.
That would have been better.
It would have, but he wouldn't have jobbed, would he? So that's why.
Yeah.
Definitely why. I bet they phoned up Honky Tonk Man at least once, and he was like, Honky, do you want to come in? He's like, yeah, sure. Who do you want me to beat? Is it Raw? It's
Coming out
hello?
your paycheck, you fucking mark.
Sorry. They also hate Sasha Banks, don't they?
Do they?
Well, a little bit, yeah. They don't like her at all. Because they spent the first half of the show going, Sasha never defends the title, and then she didn't defend the title.
Isn't it funny how you keep losing the belt in your first defense? Yeah, it is. I'll do it again.
It's like you could just not call attention to that, because I knew they were going to eventually switch it back to Alexa Bliss, because I called the Sasha title win at SummerSlam saying, it's one of these things they do just to shake it up. They're like, oh, you never expected that. She wasn't even supposed to be in the match. Oh, unpredictable. Even though I predicted it. So
Let's make things right again this week.
But then you're like, yeah, but we don't actually want her, because...
Do you know during the Battle Royal we've skipped the best bit?
Have we?
Big Show ain't got a beard anymore.
Oh, that's right, but Giant Baby Big Show. he came out. He came out. And I was
He
like,
looks like Matt Lucas.
I shouted at my wife. I was like, come and have a look at Giant Baby Big Show.
Did you shout, he's a baby, he's a baby?
What, to the telly?
To your wife.
Oh.
Showing her that he's
No.
a baby.
What the scores George does.
Yeah. He does look like that, actually, doesn't he? Exactly. I know you said Matt Lucas, but he's made it better.
Yeah, I did the he's a baby thing.
Oh, okay. All right. Dolph Ziggler's the worst.
What did he do this week?
Same thing as he did last week. He did a promo.
And
He's like, oh, why don't I get a guitar and get some lights? Oh, why don't I paint myself? Oh, why don't everyone else?
Dolph, why don't you fuck off?
Yeah, Dolph, why don't you get an haircut? And why don't you get some different ring gear? And why don't you become a better wrestler?
No, he's the best athlete. Do you not know? He told us so.
You know what? I'll put this here. When we started recording this, I used to praise Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah,
we beat that out. Yeah, we.
Yeah. No, it's not you who's beat me out of it though.
Oh.
It's him being shit.
Exactly.
He's got progressively worse. Like actually, it's not progressive. It's just he's dropped off a cliff and then managed to just roll around in the shit at the bottom of the cliff for a while.
Thing is,
It's
if he
him.
left WWE, he'd make way more money because there's loads of fans that still think that he should be a main eventer, and they will pay to see him.
He'd probably be like Jack Swagger though, where he charges too much and better.
No, he'd be like Cody Rhodes, I guarantee you.
He's probably right, to be fair. As much as I hate him, he's a Cody Rhodes
He'd want to do
level,
all
isn't
his
he?
fucking acting and comedy and stuff.
Do you think?
Yeah, I think he'd be more focused on that, and he'd just take expensive bookings.
Remember, he thinks he's good.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
like, I know Cody Rhodes thinks he's good, but at least Cody Rhodes thinks he's good at wrestling.
Yeah.
Whereas Dolph Ziggler thinks he's good at everything. I bet he watches like MMA and stuff. He's like, I could have done that. I was in amateur wrestling. University of
Kent
Did
State.
think he was jealous of
Probably.
Conor McGregor because he got to box Floyd Mayweather?
probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Enzo Mori were having a go at Conor McGregor this week again.
Did he
Even though
get booed for it? Or
He was
something?
front, something like that. He was front row at the McGregor fight.
I didn't
which
see his stupid
She
fucking
brought
haircut.
up on fucking Twitter or Instagram or something, and just everyone hates him now.
See, what Vince should have done is once he found out that he'd got a ticket for it, he's gone, Enzo, I've booked you in like bumfuck Arkansas, mate. And then he turns up to the arena and then there's nobody there. There's this Howard Finkel. Howard Finkel's there.
Howard Finkel just stood.
And then Fink's like, oh, has Vince got you as well, mate?
It's not even Howard Finkel. It's a recording of Luke Gallows doing his Howard Finkel impression. Rip it fuck out of him.
I'm really annoyed that Vince didn't fuck him over with that and then
Yeah.
like Triple H get the ticket or something.
If only.
Triple H ring up Mayweather. Do you want me to watch you at Cage again, mate?
Splendid. Non-WWE wrestling related news. Sexy Star's a bit of a slag, isn't she?
Well, I don't think no, you're not allowed
Yeah,
to.
slag's not the right
I used to live with some girls, mate, and I called a girl a slag. Not that I live with me, just a different girl. And I got told that she's a fucking bitch, but you're not allowed to slut shame.
All right, fair enough. Okay.
So, Sexy Star's a fucking bitch.
Okay, I say slag. I just use it as a general derogatory term, not implying that she has sexual intercourse with men for money. Just,
I mean,
she's quite irresponsible.
And to be honest, I think she wears a mask for a reason.
A bit like, who's that guy? Dr. Wagner. He lost his mask this week, didn't he?
he lost his mask in the main event to Psycho Clown.
I read a thing on Twitter.
Funnily enough, doesn't wear a mask for a reason because he's beautiful.
Well, there you go. But I read a thing on Twitter that said, I think a lot of women in Mexico find out that actually they haven't been shagging Dr. Wagner.
That was the one of the producers of Lucha Underground.
There you go.
Yeah.
Then. That's actually, yeah. But I mean, fuck Lucha Underground unless they're sacking Sexy Star. Cause she nearly broke a woman's arm.
Yeah, so what she did, she's always had a bit of a reputation for being a bit of a twat.
She's been a massive twat, hasn't she? Because I remember, didn't she win the Lucha Underground Championship or something?
Yeah.
The main championship, and then not defend it or something.
She did she lost it in the first defense.
She was involved in that thing with John Morrison's girlfriend, not Melina, not the one that Batista shagged, the new one.
Yeah. Just the one that Batista hasn't shagged yet.
Yeah, where they went and took her belt off and went, oh, it turns out Sexy Star had it all along.
Taya Valkyrie. What happened in that match was Taya Valkyrie knocked her out in a street fight, and so they changed the title and then went, actually, you can't win the title for knockout. Because
didn't they originally change the title because Sexy Star was fucking off?
Yeah, she was leaving to do boxing.
And then she was like, oh, no, I'm not fucking off anymore. I don't know what she sounds
she's
like.
Come back and she defended her title in a 4-way against Lady Shear, I think it is, Hamada and Rosemary. First off, her and Lady Shear, whatever she was called, got into a shoot in the ring early on in the match. And then Sexy Star continued to be a bit of a dick. The finish was her putting Rosemary in an armbar and genuinely put her in an armbar and refused to let go and has hurt her. Like, she's luckily not seriously injured as first fought. She's only got like a sprained tricep and stuff, but that's fucking stupid. Like, you put yourself in like someone else's arms and you expect them to take care with you.
I saw somebody claim, because she's trying to claim it's a work now, and she's Sexy Star.
Yeah, and
of course she is.
Rosemary, who hasn't dropped character in like 2 years, dropped character to explain this isn't work.
I mean, I'm willing to buy some people's explanation that it could be a work, whatever. Even though I don't buy it at all, I'd be willing to understand why people would think that. But the reason I saw that someone was excusing it, they went, "Oh, look, it's definitely a work because she's not put her in it properly," and I was like, right, she's not putting it properly, not because she wasn't trying to hurt her, because she genuinely probably doesn't know how to do it properly.
And she put her in it enough where they first thought Rosemary had broken her arm, and then they revealed that she's got like severely strained tendons and tricep. And
the excuse I saw was, oh well, if she'd actually wanted to hurt her, this is how she would do it. I was like, no. Regardless, she probably did actually want to hurt her, but she doesn't have the technique to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that she's not trying to hurt her.
It's just good. It's kind of good though to see like all of wrestling pretty much come out and say this isn't the type of thing we should have.
Well, Eve cancelled her off, didn't they?
Eve said they'll never book her. I don't think they actually had her booked.
The Indie Undertaker said if anybody books her, she's not welcome in one of my locker rooms.
Oh, the Indie Undertaker, aka Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
Oh, we brought it full circle, haven't we?
I was like, one of the Young Bucks is called
Indie Taker. Yeah, of course not. Yeah.
Actually, yeah, you would know. But yeah,
the other one's called Corporate Kane. If you weren't sure.
Oh, of course they are. Is that on Pushing the Tin or whatever they call it? What's it called?
Pushing the Tin.
Being the elite.
Pushing the Tin.
Pushing the fucking tin.
Isn't that the golf movie with Kevin Costner?
I don't know.
Pushing Tin.
It might be
an early 90s golf movie. You got Being the Elite confused with an early 90s golf movie.
It's all the same, isn't it?
Where did you get pushing the tin?
Being the elite, it's all the same, isn't it?
Where did
Talking Shop is what
That's
it's from.
What I meant. No, not that. I meant the other one, the YouTube one where they do all that
Being
stuff.
the Elite, yeah.
It is Being the Elite that I mean, yeah.
Yeah, well, it first got revealed on Talking Shop.
Oh, okay. All right.
Fucking hell.
The Great British Grumble. There's not a lot of news on this week, but there is a free sports channel starting up in the UK, and they've got a wrestling promotion. And which one is it, Dan?
I don't know.
That's right. Nobody knows. Well done.
Yeah, the press release was very vague, weren't it?
It went, we're nearly in a deal with a wrestling company.
It's the hype up. You'd have to think, it's got to be one of the companies that have changed out their theme musics and stuff like that. Which it could be Rev Pro.
Maybe Will Cooling will be really upset and it'll be Rev Pro.
It won't be.
No, they should sign with Sky.
It'll be like some fucking I don't know.
UKW.
UKW is coming back.
Can I just vent my frustration on Will Cooling again? Because, I just enjoy it.
I mean,
I still don't know who Will Cooling is.
You're not missing out. He's the dude who was on Wrestling Observer a couple of times. But he was, once again, not long ago, talking about how Sky Sports should sign up Rev Pro instead of WWE because the WWE ratings are tanking. I was like, that sounds like a good idea. Yeah. Get rid of the most recognizable company in the world whose ratings are already going down and sign up a company who have no reputation whatsoever. The simple fact of it is, this is all I'm going to say on the matter, because otherwise I'll just waste time on the show again. If Sky doesn't sign WWE up again, they won't sign any wrestling up again. Just simple as that. You know what I mean?
And if anything, just to avoid the social media of whenever they advertise a WWE event of, it's not really it's not a sport. I don't know why you have it on Sky Sports. It's not a sport. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Does that happen? Does that happen?
Yeah, every time.
Yeah.
Right, can we talk about darts for a
bad.
minute? Can we talk about darts? Because I don't think darts is a sport either. Just to put it out there.
It's not a sport. No.
Any sport.
It's a game.
Under the rules of sport we've been coming up with in my office, anything you can play while hammered and still play extremely well is not a sport.
See, I don't know how you feel about snooker, but I don't consider that a sport.
Snooker.
That's a game. It's a skillful game.
It's
a skillful game. Like, I'm not questioning the skill.
I mean, they don't televise Monopoly, do they, or chess?
They do televise Rocket League now. So
Do they?
Esports.
Yeah.
One of my work colleagues found out you can bet on esports, and he's been betting on esports recently.
Splendid. I noticed actually Sky Sports, to be fair, right, for as much as people have a go at Sky Sports for WWE, and it, I don't agree with it, but they do have a go with it. It's for programming, but they also, not that long ago, they had the FIFA finals on Sky Sports, and people went fucking mental. They're like, what's this? Proper football?
Well, you want like a repeat of Premier League years?
Well, this
or
was
something
like it was like 10 o'clock at night on a Sunday during like July or sometime when there was no football on and people were having a go. I was like, there's nothing on.
You know what they should do? Anyone who complains on social media about some of the stuff Sky Sports have should be forced to just sit and watch Sky Sports Mix.
They should be forced to watch Kabaddi.
In fucking drone racing.
Kabaddi. That's what they should watch.
I've still not watched Kabaddi,
mate.
I watched them on YouTube.
International tag team. Not tag team wrestling, just like tag. Like
anyway,
British Bulldogs.
We haven't talked about what his main event is today.
We haven't. We're going to talk about the main event for today.
What was the Japanese shit? Have we done this? Were I asleep? Did we talk about Japanese stuff?
What else do we have?
There wasn't.
I don't know.
any.
There wasn't any. All right.
They've cancelled wrestling for a bit.
All right.
Eddie Edwards won the Japanese title in Noah. Which
Yeah, he did.
GHC.
It's basically that's
but there's probably more people in this room than watch Noah right now.
I was going to say that's an indication of when every promotion dies. Because all I'm saying is he won the Ring of Honor Championship. Admittedly, he did leave Ring of Honor, so that probably broke the curse. He won the TNA title. That's gone. And now he's won the Noah title. So he's taken them down as well. But speaking of companies that have gone down, we're talking about the first ever WCW Nitro because it's the 22nd or something anniversary of it tomorrow, and we're going to talk about that after this. Welcome back to the Royal Grumble. It's Monday Nitro time. It's the first ever Monday Nitro, live from the Mall of Americas in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Is Mongo here?
Well, this is the thing, like, which one of us is the brain, which one of us is Mongo, and which one of us has to be Eric Bischoff? I don't think it matters. Right, let's get going. So it's the first ever Monday Nitro.
You'd be the brain because you bring the comedy and stuff. I'd be Mongo.
Oh, cheers, mate.
And you're the host, you're Bischoff.
Oh.
I get a dog.
Yeah. Yeah, what? Right, let's address that straight away. Why has he got a dog?
Why not?
He has the dog all the way through, all the way through Nitro, until he starts wrestling.
Do you know, honestly,
different costume every week as well. It's brilliant.
I was watching him all the way through, and I was like, I think the last segment, I thought, is he holding a dog? He's holding a dog.
Yeah, he's got a dog.
I don't think they ever explain it.
No.
Do they ever explain it?
No, they don't mention it.
It's a Chihuahua. It's got a different costume every week. You're a devil this week.
They're like, oh, this is Mongo. He's part of the show. Here's Mongo, and he's like, all right, it's me, Mongo, and like. He's holding a dog. They never mention. Why is he holding a dog? No one addresses the fact.
Do they ever name the dog?
I think it's called Pepe.
It is.
I feel like it's called Pepe as well, but based off of nothing.
It's a Chihuahua.
Was Al Snow's dog called Pepe?
It was Pepe.
Oh, okay.
I bet that'll be some
steak,
kind
mate.
of that'll be some kind of reference, wouldn't it? Wasn't Steve?
Wait a minute, it's some kind of reference 4 years before that happened.
What?
This was in 95. Oh, Pepe would be a reference. Yeah,
there you go. Yeah, no, that's what I mean. I didn't mean. I meant the other way around.
I was telling myself to fuck off there. By the way,
right. Al Snow, a bastard from the north, of course.
Collar and elbow clothing.
References. Right, so famously the first match, which I had never seen in its entirety until now, is Justin Thunder Liger, our favourite wrestler, my favourite wrestler, Justin Thunder Liger, against Flying Brian Pillman.
Yeah.
Yep. Good match, isn't it?
Yeah, they hadn't had this match for like 3 or 4 years. Bill Watts sacked them both off.
Excellent.
Because Bill Watts didn't like high flying stuff, and he tried to drag wrestling back to Dark Ages.
Well, he was the one who put the going over the top rope back in, didn't he?
Yeah,
But can't do that anymore.
He didn't want these guys coming off the top rope at all.
Yeah.
So he had Fine Brian do the Hollywood Bonds and stuff during that time, and Liger
He still
wasn't really
announced us
used.
from Hollywood, California into NXT.
Yeah.
Another interesting thing I thought, I know this is minor, but as they were like, here comes Justin Thunder Liger, he's from Tokyo, he comes from Tokyo here. I was like, I bet he don't come from Tokyo. I bet someone in WCW's gone, a Japanese guy, Tokyo? Yeah, that'll do. Fine.
Have you Googled
From the
where
land
he's
of the
from?
rising sun.
Yeah. He's from Fukuoka, and he always resides in Hiroshima.
Yeah.
So neither of which are Tokyo.
We should just quickly say, because this is the
That's
first
like every
episode of
British
Nitro.
person being from like Manchester. Like when Wade Barrett was from Manchester for a while.
Yeah.
Anyway, go on.
Well, this is this first episode of Nitro, and this is 2 years after the Raw had debuted, 2.5 years.
Yeah.
So Raw had been on Monday nights, not live every week. And Eric Bischoff, the story is, went into a meeting about international distribution, and Ted Turner cut him off 30 seconds into his presentation and went, "How do we compete with Vince?" There's a story on what happened when that apparently Vince McMahon might have been sending letters to Ted Turner, kind of like ripping the fuck out of him.
I totally believe that.
Saying like, you should shut down WCW, it's an embarrassment to your legacy.
It definitely
all
wasn't
this
letters.
stuff.
I'm telling you now, it wasn't letters. He was phoning up and going, "Hello, is that Ted Turner?
Dickhead.
Vince, is this you? No, this is Vince McMahon. You should shut down WCW. No, man.
Considering like the ads at like Scheme Gene and all that stuff,
This
the
is-
Nacho Man.
This is the World Wrestling Federation champion. I would like to sign for WCW.
Vince, I know it's you.
no, it's not. No, it's I'm Ted Turner.
Well, in the Monday Night Wars documentary as well, Vince makes a comment where it's like Ted Turner like rung him up when he first bought WCW and said,
Yeah.
"I'm in the wrestling business too," and he's like, "Well, I'm in the entertainment business."
Which is like such. Do you know that?
Revisionist history bullshit.
But it's such a Vinceism, that, innit? It'd be Vince going, "Oh yeah, I'm in the entertainment business," whereas everyone else in the whole world goes, "No, you're in the wrestling business, mate." I mean, sorry, unlucky, like.
But yeah, like when you first hear that story, like Tony Schiavone in the podcast says like he doesn't think it's true, but I hope it is. That he was sending letters and just saying, "I did."
Hey, why is your promotion so shit?
You know, I was watching CNN and I thought it was pretty cool. I remembered, oh wait, how can I take this guy seriously? He owns WCW. Hey,
Hey, banter.
I seen the Dungeon of Doom, you twat.
That's right. This was going on at this point.
But yeah, so Eric Bischoff like countered with, "Oh, I need primetime, WWS primetime. I don't." So he gets given Monday nights, 2 hours or whatever it is.
No, he said 2 hours.
It's only 1 hour for the first
but it's
few,
only
and
1
yeah.
hour for a while, isn't it?
It goes up to 2 hours pretty soon, though. It's like, I think it's like after 4 or 5 weeks.
I wonder if either that's the story's embellished, which obviously it's Eric Bischoff, so entirely possible, or go on, what are you going to say?
So it might be the Mandela effect.
No.
Oh.
No, it's not that. No, not for this. I was thinking more along the lines that they've already had the programming planned. So they're like, right, well, we can only give an hour for a couple of weeks and then we'll bump it up to 2 hours if it does well. Something like that.
The other story going
Or the
into
Mandela
this,
effect.
which is pretty good because we get to bring up one of our old favourites. The main event of this show was supposed to be Hulk Hogan versus Vader.
Was it?
Yep. But Vader got fired the week before this
My God.
because he got into a fight with Paul Orndorff.
Oh, of course.
that
it did.
one.
Yeah.
So what happened there is he was late to a TV taping or to like a show or something, and Paul Orndorff chewed him out about it and apparently called him a fat prima donna. So him and Paul Orndorff got into a fight where Paul Orndorff hit him with his bad arm that was like entrophied really badly and knocked him out. And then Vader was fired because it was a good excuse to fire him because he was a bit of a twat.
Don't have a fight with Paul Orndorff, right? I know Paul Orndorff is solid. You know what I mean? Like, you can just tell he's one of them old men that's solid.
Yeah, even with one arm.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, talking of old men, have you seen that picture floating about of fucking Brutus the Barber Beefcake
No.
and Greg Demmer Valentine
I've seen it, yeah.
sat in like the
Somebody
living
can-
room, and it
Awesome.
looks absolutely mental. It's like your nana and granddad's in caravan. is how it's likened to. Basically, this will be the picture for the podcast.
Okay.
For this week's podcast. I will find it in a bit and I'll show you it off air.
That's fine. We'll keep talking. Okay, so
We should also just mention. So yeah, the main event should have been Hulk Hogan versus Vader. Hashtag like a thumb.
hashtag like a thumb. Don't forget hashtag like a thumb. Exactly.
Hashtag like a thumb versus hashtag like a thermos.
Excellent.
Oh,
So this is we'll get. So this is where the big boys play, isn't it?
Yeah, where the big that
Where the big
that
boys.
slogan doesn't really like
Look
work
at the
now.
listen to the adjective play.
Yeah, that is not a. Do you know? It's not a slogan that's aged well, has it?
Where
I mean,
the big boys
it wasn't
play.
great at the time. I don't think, especially since Nash managed to rip it to fuck about a year later. Just seeing
Listen,
the picture.
yeah, he's just been shown the picture.
Oh my god, they're in
It's
the
great.
gear and everything. Is he wearing an elbow pad, or is that just his tattoo? Oh, I wish he'd been wearing an elbow pad. Oh my god, that's Enjoy the photo for the podcast,
I think
guys.
he's got a can of lilt on table.
Lilt. There we go. Tropical Fanta, maybe.
Brutus
Do you think-
Beefcake has got his nipples pierced.
Considering
Not
like
shaved.
I've got two questions about Ed Leslie, Brutus Beefcake, because he's always been Hulk Hogan's best friend, right?
Okay.
Do you think you were upset in the court case that Bubba the Love Sponge kept getting mentioned as one of Hulk's best friends?
Definitely upset.
And secondly,
They've fallen out, haven't
secondly, do you think Brutus Bar Beefcake ever let Hulk Hogan have a go on his wife?
they?
Has Brutus Beefcake got a wife?
Probably not. That's what I was going to say. That they oh god. I won't. No, I'm not. I'm not.
Yeah. Let's not.
I'm not saying that on air, Daryl.
He's not dead, you can't.
No, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You are just the worst.
Yeah,
That
but,
wasn't edited out. He did a motion,
Yeah.
which we can't say.
yeah, but he might be.
No,
No,
stop,
Daryl.
Stop.
Anyway, the point is, I think Brutus.
Hulk's got money and he'll help him out.
I think Brutus and Hulk have fallen out. That's the point. So,
Right.
that's all.
So has he replaced him with Greg Valentine because it's another like blonde wrestler?
I just. So
Let's him have a go on his wife.
obviously Mongo's on commentary for this, and Mongo really tries very, very hard to get over little nicknames for Bobby Heenan. Now,
Oh, they're terrible, aren't they?
he is not one to do battle of wits with Bobby Heenan.
Yeah.
He's not one to do a battle of wits with anybody. The witless fuck that he is.
Bobby Heenan's great as well in the fact that he just responds with saying that he played for the wrong team all the time.
Yep.
Because was he at the Chicago Bears? Was it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. So
Yeah.
he corrects it once.
Yeah, but like he says Broncos at first, doesn't he? Or,
like
I
that,
always
yeah.
I always saw you playing Denver, and then he keeps saying different team names and never the Chicago Bears.
Basically, Mongo occasionally is like, "Oh, you're Bobby the Stain," ha! And Bobby Heenan's like, "Oh yeah, whatever, New Orleans Saints. I mean, I don't know. I don't care about your stupid football career. How many? What is it they call it? How many Super Bowl rings have you won?" He's like, "Oh, do you want me to show you it?" He's like, "No, I don't care. Just go away." Complete disdain from it. Oh, he also tries. There's one where they're having a proper exchange, and he goes, "Well, what about you, Bobby Hernia?" And it's
that
like
was the
dead
worst.
air for about 3 seconds, and Bischoff chimes in. This is all whilst Brian Pillman and Jushin Liger are having quite a good match.
Yeah.
Probably the best match on the show.
Yeah, it's
in
a
my
good way
opinion.
to start. Like,
Yeah. I always
what-
forget about how athletic Liger was, considering like how much I've seen him recently, where he does the cannonball to the outside thing still, but that's it.
what I imagine the point of this match was, and it's funny, it's similar to TNA's first Impact, is that they start off. First of all, WCW's got the bonus of being in the Mall of Americas, which I'm sure a lot of people would think is a bad idea, but I actually think it differentiates them from WWE. It makes it look different.
Can you imagine if 1PW had a match in Frenchgate Centre?
I do not owe you money. I mean, oh God, sorry. I'm really sorry. Did they? Did they do that?
No, I'm just saying,
No, they
like,
shouldn't.
they'd be like that, a bit like that, wouldn't it?
There's nowhere
I feel
really
like they
for him
wanted
to do it.
that at some point. Did they not? They must
I don't
have.
There's not like an atrium like there is like a meadow wall or anything like
I
that.
bet if they'd had the space, they would have done it. There is a bit of one. If you imagine upstairs, we're really localizing the show now, aren't we?
Yeah, that's why I brought it
A
up.
little bit. Basically, upstairs near where the near Next, where the bus station is. There's probably
yeah.
enough you could, if you move the benches out, you've got enough space.
I
there,
mean,
reckon.
if you had a UK sized wrestling ring in there,
Why couldn't they get like maybe they could do it in a park?
Yeah.
You know, maybe I don't know, Bentley Park or something.
yeah. What about the colonnades?
What?
They do it in there.
Could they not find some way of doing some kind of Doncaster-based wrestling?
Donny
promotion?
Market.
Mate, they used to have wrestling in Corn Exchange, mate.
They did actually. That's a real thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
That would be a good space for it now, actually. A
Yeah.
bit like the old. There we are. Tied it back round. A bit like the old Mall of Americas.
Yeah.
So
lovely.
anyway, the point is they start off with cruiserweights, which WWE doesn't do, and they start off in a location that looks interesting, which I think it's actually quite a good idea. Plus, this Raw was preempted, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Raw was off for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, because we were originally going to like watch the Raw that was against it, and then we realised there wasn't one.
Yeah, so we didn't watch.
Did
the
they
Raw.
get
Yeah. It was for the
preempted
US Open.
No, so for tennis.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Do you know when they get preempted
go.
for the dog show?
Yep.
Why the fuck? Who the fuck's watching the dog show?
Mate,
no, but in all seriousness,
I series link all of like Crufts every year.
Do you know what's really?
I fast forward for most Ricks. Most Ricks just like them going talk about dog safety and stuff. I just want to see dogs.
But I don't understand how like USA Network thinks, and maybe I'm totally fucking wrong, but thinks more people are going to watch the dog show, the Westminster Dog Show. Is that Crufts? Is that their name for it, or is it? Westminster Dog Show's a different thing.
It's an American
Okay.
one.
Yeah.
Right.
Is
It's
it?
American
Okay.
Crofts, basically.
Oh, okay.
But like, here's the weird thing about that. If you imagine, they were getting preempted for that dog show when they were the most popular.
Yeah.
Right. Obviously, they're getting preempted now when they weren't that popular because at the moment they're sort of on a downward spiral in '96 and like. But when they were the most popular in like '98, '99, they were still getting preempted for that fucking dog show until they moved to
Do you think
Spike.
the advertising rates were better for the dog show?
Well, I guess they must have
Yeah,
been.
and if I have the choice, like, I'm gonna watch some dogs, mate.
Well, yeah, you would now, but like in 1999, you would have watched
Yeah.
Raw. You know what I mean? Like, but the weird thing is, there's a reason I bring this up is when they signed back up with them. First of all, for a couple of years, they got switched to Sci-Fi. Raw was on Sci-Fi when they signed that ECW on Sci-Fi deal. Raw got switched to Sci-Fi whilst USA had the dog show, and then they switched the dog show to MSNBC. After they're like the most popular, so they've gone down in popularity. I guess the dog show must have really plummeted down in popularity to chuck it on the news channel, you know?
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of thing about like dog breeding, like selective breeds causing harm to the dogs and things like that.
Oh, so we want something like correct, like wrestling.
It's caused a lot of controversy.
Well, wrestling uncontroversial.
Kennel Club,
I think that was during a hot lesbian action.
Is Kennel Club like Bullet Club?
Yes.
Not really. Like,
How has no one done that? There we are. There's a t-shirt. You know how everyone's got a Bullet Club t-shirt?
Yeah.
Let's get on it.
it could be
Get a big dog on it.
Or the
Get
big
a pug on it. Like pugs.
the big dog Roman Reigns.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, you've ruined it now.
his yard. Anyway, let's come back to that joke again.
So this match is WCW all over, though, because Justin Liger gets very little introduction, gets announced from the wrong town, and gets beaten by Brian Pillman.
Yep.
Which isn't really a problem, but it's just like, it's a little indication into what...
Brian Pillman, who the year after would do his whole loose cannon thing and eventually
It's
end
like,
up in
you
WWE.
should really get me...
It's a good idea. You
Phenomenal.
should fire me to make it
Sorry.
believable.
Oh no, I'm signed for WWF, way! Then he did die, so... Bit of shame, isn't it?
Fucking hell,
Well,
man.
sorry. I'm not saying they killed him out loud. Hulk Hogan's Pastamania.
Yeah,
Let's
Pastamania.
address
Yeah.
this, right? Hulk Hogan's Pastamania. Bischoff goes to interview Hulk Hogan outside Pastamania. Hulk Hughes and Hulk Close or whatever. Hulk Ruse.
Do you think he's got some shares in Pastamania?
Do you know what, mate? He doesn't. Does he even mention WCW in this whole segment?
No.
There's like a 30-second, maybe a minute-long segment.
Wasn't the thing that like he got offered the George Foreman grill and turned it down?
That's what he says, but
And
he
instead he did
say he was going to be
Pastamania.
like guitarist for Metallica or something.
Bassist.
Whatever, yeah.
We completely, yeah. Oh, you wouldn't lie about that, would he? Do you remember when Hulk Hogan invented water?
Yeah, we're there for that. yeah.
Here's another story for you. This is another one from What Happened When, stealing their stuff, but I don't know whether you two will know this story.
No, I don't listen.
They have a conspiracy theory about the fact that he was being sued by someone in HR at the time, or he was sued by someone in HR afterwards from the Mall of America. He was having an affair with the HR rep for the Mall of America,
Yeah?
and whether Hulk Hogan, because he got his bit on the side, he was like, oh, well, why don't we do the Mall of America? Because then I can go see him a bit on side, and my Pastamania's there as well, and it'll be great for me and everything.
So why is he getting sued?
Because she claimed sexual harassment on him.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Cracking. I'm glad we had that story. I thought I was grim with my Brian Pillman comment, but bloody hell, brought that tone down, haven't we? Anyway, Hulk Hogan's Pastamania.
There's a great quote in Linda Hogan's book where
Oh, God.
Hulk Hogan said, I didn't cheat on you, but I cheated on you.
What?
That was his quote to
To
her.
be fair,
apparently.
I believe he said that. That's the sort of thing. I didn't cheat on your brother, but I cheated on your brother.
Terry Bollea didn't cheat on you. Hulk Hogan
Oh,
did.
yeah, exactly, yeah. Hulk Hogan went up and shagged, but Terry Bollea, no, faithful.
Hulk Hogan's big penis did it.
No, I've seen
Terry
Hulk
Bollea.
Hogan's dick.
Oh, you have, haven't you?
Hashtag like a thermos.
Hashtag penis cast.
Yeah, to be honest, like it's not been ravaged by steroids. It's
Well, it's the balls that are affected.
is it? I
Oh,
thought it
we
was a
really-
tiny.
It's your endocrine
Not talk
system.
about Hulk
No,
Hogan's
it's
scrotum.
it shrinks up your testicles because it shuts down your testosterone production.
Oh, you live and learn again. learn something new every day, don't you?
See, he might have the big hog, but he's got tiny balls.
I'd like to really apologise for everyone listening to this. Sorry for being on the air. We
It's
apologise.
education, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, because didn't you? I don't know. I genuinely thought steroid abuse shrunk your dick.
I'll level with you, mate. I don't think I wanted to know.
Yeah, but you're not on steroids, are you?
No.
Yeah, well.
Oh, well, that's all right then. Sorry. Good point. Let's carry on.
Why does it affect you?
Crack
If
it.
you know
Well, I
or
just
not?
didn't want to hear it ever.
We know his balls work.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm fertile. Remember that. See, I've got a catchphrase, dickhead.
Yeah.
Right.
That's another one. I've got a catchphrase, dickhead.
The Royal Grumble. I've got a catchphrase, dickhead. So, speaking of catchphrase, dickhead, by the way, let's get back to Steve Mongo McMichael. So, he says, if you're not tuned to this, you might as well be watching... I won't say it. That's literally what he says.
Does he mean like Raw?
I'm guessing he means Raw, but Raw isn't even on. And also, if you're not tuned to this, you might as well be watching Raw, is the crappiest way of putting WCW over Raw in the world.
I think Eric Bischoff just stabs him with his pen on the
I
desk
hope
or
he does,
something.
yeah. Just stab
That's
him
why he
right
went
there,
quiet.
Yeah.
He pressed the cough button and stabbed him in the leg.
Yeah.
With his, what does he have a black belt in? Just karate?
Yeah, somewhat useless like karate. So the next match is Sting against Ric Flair,
Yeah.
which was also
United States champion Sting.
That's right, yeah, he's United States champion at this point, which was also on the last Nitro. So it's bookending it, isn't it?
Yeah.
So Sting against Ric
They
Flair.
couldn't get Pillman in for that lucrative last Nitro match, could they?
No.
They couldn't do Hulk Hogan versus Big Bubba.
No, they couldn't do either of those, no.
Uh,
Oh dear, bit awkward. So this match is sort of at the start of it is when Lex Luger comes out in his 19th century aristocrat outfit.
With his mullet.
So the bell rings, then Lex Luger walks down, and Heenan's like, "He's allowed in it. It's just a shop. You can do what you like," which is brilliant. Bischoff's like, "Get the camera off him," which I know that's supposed to be the angle, but it's like, well, nobody believes that.
It was literally like on the WWE pay-per-view like the week before.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and he was at Raw's house show the night. Well, I say
he
Raw.
was on the episode of Raw, I think, after this as well.
Yeah,
they
exactly.
taped Raw and stuff, and he was on it.
So, but then basically Luger comes down and they both just stand still. Both Flair and Sting. They're like, "Oh, Lex Luger's here. Should we do a wrestle?" "No, let's just go look at Lex Luger." "All right."
It's like,
yeah, but it makes Luger look like a big star, doesn't it? Because like the two big stars have gone, oh fuck, it's fucking Lex Luger here.
Yeah, fair enough.
and it's two
Okay,
guys who
that
both
was a
had
bit weird.
history with Lex Luger.
Yeah,
Lex Luger used to be in the Four Horsemen with Ric Flair,
he
and
did. And he's mates with
Sting's
Sting.
his mate.
Long established that he's mates with Sting, innit?
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then they just have a bit of match. It's all right.
That's
Arn
good.
Anderson comes down looking like everyone's dad.
Yeah, everyone's 90s dad because
Yeah.
he's wearing the tracky top
Yeah.
with the purple and the yellow.
Which I do like at the end, because he's took it off to fight Ric Flair,
Yeah.
and then he comes back and they're like, "Oh, he's coming back for Sting." No, he's coming back for his top. He's just got him and got his top and then walked out.
a good jacket.
Shell suit jackets are expensive in 1996. Five. Yeah, 1995. That's what I said. Listen to that. So then Scott Norton turns up. I
Yeah.
didn't even know who he
Just
was.
start a
They
fight.
don't say his name
No, exactly.
like,
That's why I
until
was
the
like,
very end of it.
I had to search who it was.
Well, he comes
Yeah.
out to start a fight with Mongo, doesn't he, or something?
Actually,
Yeah.
I think technically he comes out to start a chain of grab a guy by the arm and turn them around. Because like he grabs Mongo, turns him around, he's like, "No." And Mongo's like, "No, you need to talk to this guy." So then he grabs Bischoff and turns him around. Then Savage comes in and grabs Norton and turns him around. And Savage goes to the ring and is like, "Oh yeah, let's have a fight on that."
Yeah.
Savage is the first one to say his name, but I'm pretty sure he calls him like Flash Norberg or something.
Probably something.
And it's just like he says his name weirdly,
Makes up a name.
and then eventually, like Eric Bischoff goes, "That was Flash Morgan Webster."
Not Flash Moore.
Yeah,
Bischoff is like, "Oh,
Flash Scott Norton."
let's cut to a video package of Sabu."
Yeah, I forgot Sabu was in WCW for like a month.
He was in for a full-on cup of coffee. He was in, like you say, literally for
They,
a month.
they did a house show match that they taped for that footage.
Yep.
And then he had like one match after it, and then he was gone.
Apparently, had a whole bunch of cruiserweight matches, which is a bit weird. I think they just signed up someone that would look exciting, but
Yeah.
didn't really do much with him.
That was during the time when he was never supposed to come back to ECW because he walked out on them. He was the first guy to do it.
Yep, sounds about right. And then he was back within a few months.
While we talk about ECW briefly, I, a while back, watched the episode of ECW TV that was on this week of
Alright.
the Nitro. And do you know on the video packages that they play on WWE TV when they're commemorating ECW, and there's a thing from Heyman where he's in the ECW arena and he says, "This is the ECW arena."
Yeah.
That's on that show.
Oh, cool.
Nothing else of note happens. But
Most of it used to be, it's a bit romanticized, isn't it? Most of it is shit.
I only watched that episode, to be honest. But I'll take your word for it.
I haven't watched a great deal of it, but I gather it is a bit romanticized as well. Like, you forget that for every person that Heyman was booking to their strengths, there was another guy that was just a bit cack.
Yeah.
Like, just because he was booking them to their strengths doesn't mean they're strengths that you want to watch. So, next up, there's Mr. Michael Wall Street.
Yeah,
That's next.
Oh, this is good.
There we go, yeah.
Right. So, they've not formatted the screen right. Did you notice that?
I knew there was something weird about it, but
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was.
So, they're playing the vignette, and as you're watching it on the right side,
yes, I saw.
they can see the live cameras just panning the audience and getting in position for the next shot.
I thought it was something to do with the Chiron that comes across, but it wasn't because it was moving around.
Yeah,
it's a bit odd. And he's Michael Wall Street at this point.
It's also because, like, originally I'm guessing it wouldn't have gone out in widescreen.
No, it wouldn't have done.
No, 95 it was still squared to 4:3. So
yeah, but the thing's in 4:3, isn't it?
no, the episode's fully panned out.
Yeah,
isn't it?
black bars on the side.
Did it? Oh,
He also says that he's sure the IRS will be watching him closely.
you notice how he gives 3 different names, whatever it is, for himself.
Yeah, he says Mr. Wall Street, and then he says Michael Wall Street.
Yeah,
He doesn't say VK Wall Street though,
which is his name.
Eventually, someone clearly goes, "Oh, I've got an idea," and it's Bischoff. Let's be
Yeah.
honest, it's Bischoff, definitely Bischoff. Like, insider reference.
In 1995, was anybody really that bothered that IRS was going to WCW?
I don't think he'd done anything good. Like, the thing I always remembered about him from when I was a kid was in the Royal Rumble he wore a tie, and one of the commentators made reference to it continuously. Like, why would you wear a tie in the Royal Rumble? Someone can grab hold of that and chuck you off at rope. And I like that makes sense.
Why would you wear any clothes in the Royal Rumble?
Yeah,
In that
he ends up
case?
with broken nose. Oh no, he
I'd
bleeds.
do it
He's got
naked.
blood coming out of his eye.
I'd have
in
my
the
dick
thing.
out.
Women in
But
love
then
style.
somebody could grab that and throw you over the rope. Oh no!
Well, I mean, they've got to find it first.
Depends if
haven't
you
Oh, yeah, good point.
depends if it's
way.
hashtag like a foam or hashtag like a thermos. That's a poll.
I think it's How big do you think Daryl's penis is? Penis cast.
It's not very.
So yeah, we have Michael Wall Street. He does a little promo, and his kids look quite a lot like him, don't they? They've got that weird jug face that he's got. They do though, like, because at first,
Like a
I must
Toby
admit,
joke.
again, when I looked at him, I was like, because he didn't. I think it's maybe because he didn't have the glasses. I didn't initially click that that's who it was, and I was like, I recognise him.
And longer hair as well.
And it was when he said Michael Wall Street, I was like, there he is.
Can we
okay.
repackage Bray Wyatt as like Bray Wall Street?
Please.
Can we
Bray
do
Wall
that?
Street, Bray RS, Bray R. Shyster.
Yeah,
Bray the
Bray
Talisman.
Bray is shyster. That is the fact.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
He cuts all his weird promos and he's like, run and get your receipts.
Exactly.
You should be the creepy tax man. That'd be amazing. It should. Look, I think I agree with what we said last week. Though, he should just go back to being Husky Harris.
I hope you
Just do-
declared that lantern like I did.
Just do a full on rock 2002 spod gimmick. It would work better for him
Probably. Yeah.
rather than having another feud with Bray Wyatt. No, Finn
Balor.
Balor. Yeah, I don't want him to drag. Finn.
Follow
I mean,
the buzzards
Finn-
to the cubicle
Finn
and
Ba-
they will give
Finn-
you the correct forms.
Finn Balor's able to mess things up for himself sometimes. I don't need fucking Bray Wyatt around him helping. The main event, you talked about it. It's for the WCW World Championship. It is.
The historic main event of the first ever at Nitro.
It's Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan in full skullet mode. That's a skullet that he
Yeah.
has.
Well, I was going to say against
Skullet.
Big Bubba Rogers, who is the Big Boss Man, mid being a cop, being a Big Boss Man when he comes back. Big Boss Man.
Also in the Dungeon of Doom.
Because he's not wearing. Yeah, because he's not.
What is a Big Bubba Rogers?
He's a former prison guard.
Okay.
Which actually, that's a weird thing. He always dressed like a policeman, but he was a former prison guard. That's not the same thing.
In WCW, he dressed more like, instead of like a beat cop, he dressed more like he was a detective.
He dressed more like that, yeah. And then when he goes to WWE, he's like riot gear again.
Yeah.
For the second time when he
So
comes around.
is right gear promotion or demotion from detective?
Probably demotion, I guess. So yeah, he goes down the police.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, WrestleMania 15 was that his last day on the job, and he had one last mission to do, and
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Because remember, he came back after that. Do you not remember him and Booker T being a tag team in the early 2002?
no.
What do you mean you don't remember that? That was the best run. They brought him back. He had a feud with The Rock.
I think he's probably his biggest.
He replaced Shane McMahon.
Because he's quite big here. I don't know if it's because he's wearing a white shirt or not, but he's really big.
Yeah, he is.
Well,
pretty
he's Big Bubba Rogers.
Yeah.
And like you say, right, to bring him back, Hogan has the long hair, but
Skullet.
like, it is a skullet, isn't it? Like,
Skullet.
he looks super bald.
I just like the word skullet.
Yeah, I can tell you said it 12 times. He looks super
like
bald.
Emma on Raw.
He looks super bald, like shocking.
Well, he's framed it with luscious long blonde hair.
Also, he's got Jimmy Hart there, which, I mean, stuff like this does not age well. Like, the more I watch Hulk Hogan going back, I'm like, why do people like this guy? What is it about him?
Did they like him back then?
But they did, well, but obviously they've established that before that, but this is the same stuff he always did. He was always a knob. He had a manager who used to interfere on his behalf.
To be fair, the Jimmy Hart thing weren't until he was teaming with Brutus Beefcake, I believe.
Oh, well, fair enough. But
Like,
even
the original Hogan run, he didn't have a manager.
also, he's got American Made as the theme music. He's American Made. He's a real... I mean, he's a proper American. He was made in America.
The theme music, which is so different, goes do 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 do.
Completely different, yeah, exactly. It's like that WCW version of Smells Like Teen Spirit, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's that do-do-do. No. Do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do-do. Okay, I don't know. The point is, it's a bit of a... Yeah. It's a bit...
DDP's music.
Yeah, well, yeah, I was talking about... But the point is, Hogan's music got used by Abyss, so, you know, every cloud worked well eventually.
That was a weird angle, weren't it?
Well, it was also when Hogan was using the Not the NWO music, which was that it was like do 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 do. It's not the NWO music.
A parody of a parody of Voodoo Child.
Do 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 do. It is Hogan's chilling about. Anyway, yeah, Hogan wins. Shocker. Big Bubba Rogers didn't win the WCW title in the first episode of Nitro.
And then out comes all the Dungeon of Doom.
No.
Out comes a bloke dressed as a shark.
I was like, what is going on? Oh, it's the Dungeon of Doom.
And Ed Leslie as Zodiac.
Everyone's favourite angle.
Ed Leslie, named after a serial killer that was active only a year previous to this.
Oh, it's WCW all over, isn't it? Oh, well, that seems like a good game.
And then Kevin Sullivan in his Druids thing. I didn't realise he used to wear the Druid thing when he was in the Varsity Club.
Yeah.
When he was in the Varsity, they're an amateur wrestling gimmick. What the fuck's he wearing a Druid's cloak for? But it's his thing, innit? And then Lex Luger comes out and makes the save, and they do the classic bumping backs, turn around, and go to hit each other.
Yeah, that would be
Skullet versus Mullet.
Yeah.
Odd thing, though, right? Because obviously Big Bubba Rogers is a policeman or whatever. Once he's going down for the count, once he's getting pinned, they say, oh, someone needs to call the emergency. Bobby Heenan goes 9/11. There you go. Conspiracy.
Illuminati confirmed.
All I'm saying is Bobby Heenan did it. So, you know, he was the brain behind it all. I mean, he might just have been saying 911 in an odd way, but I think proof.
Yeah.
No, he says 9/11.
He probably didn't want to say 911.
Because I played it back, I was like, you definitely said 9/11 there.
Didn't want to bait ECW even
Here's
more.
the question. Is it more likely that it was just a coincidence? Or is it more likely that definitely Bobby Heenan did it?
Mandela.
I'm using short change, not short change, loose change. What is it?
Short change.
Is
it? I can't
whatever the
now.
documentary is that uses that weasel word. It's like, is it more likely that it just fell down on its own? Yeah. Or is it more likely that it is a conspiracy?
Mate, you're ripping a film that got a lot of people into conspiracy theory stuff.
I know. Yeah, I'm still ripping it though. It's still stupid.
Yeah, that's
I
why
don't think we
watch
should
it.
discuss this.
No,
Yeah.
because we could have a full-on argument.
Yeah,
aren't we?
we'll
I mean,
have a full-on argument.
We're nearly at the hour mark. We don't want to. Yeah.
Jet fuel doesn't burn that hot to bend metal.
Oh, don't do it. Don't do it. Look, all I'm saying is we can all agree that it was Bobby the Brain Heenan who planned it, and that's it. So, yeah, proof. Because he's part of the establishment. And then this is the point at which I made my note of Mongo as a dog. Because I didn't notice until now when he's holding it.
Do you think it's weird they go to a break to come back just to do a little promo?
It is weird, but that's how American television's set up. You know, like,
Yes, when they have sitcoms on, there's a break like after the intro.
After the show, but before the credits,
So,
yeah.
You know how they do the cold open on a
Yeah.
sitcom? There's like, they do the cold open, the show open, and then there's adverts, and then it goes into the show.
So you're right, but I think it's more to do with the way that they divide their show. But because WCW obviously doesn't have credits, that was almost instead of the credits of a normal show. It is weird, but like, it did make me laugh that Bischoff was like, "We've got to go to a break. Don't turn off.
Yeah, well,
Don't turn off to watch this promo."
Yeah, there's more Nitro coming up, and I was just like, oh, there's another match.
No,
Yeah.
it's just
Hogan
and Luger.
cutting a really weird promo.
Yeah.
We know where you've been, brother, and I've been there before.
And we've been down the same path, you and I.
Yeah, and I've seen what you've done.
Yep.
Brother.
And Hulk Hogan's like, "What? Do you mean you filmed it?" So it's like, no.
So Luger's
not bring
like,
up Luger
I'll
stuff.
shake your hand and we'll have a title match next week. And I'll be, even though I want the title off you, I'm such a good guy. And then he joins the Dungeon of Doom like a couple of weeks later or something. Might even be next week.
The belt, the WCW belt, I think Hogan's ashamed of it. Because he didn't have it in his hand. And then he's talking to Luger about it. He turns around and grabs it away. Assume Jimmy Hart's got it.
Yep.
He grabs it off him. Says, "Yeah, the WCW champion, brother." Turns around and passes it back to Jimmy Hart because he didn't want to be seen on TV wearing it.
Even in his Pastamania thing, it's in the background. Like there's some kid holding it or whatever. I don't know. In fact, it's probably Jimmy Hart, to be honest.
Yeah.
Jimmy Hart will be in the background somewhere. It's like, no, Jimmy, you're not part of Pastamania.
Yeah, that's the first Nitro.
I enjoyed it. I had a great laugh.
Yeah.
Do you know what?
You know, one of the best parts about it? I didn't realise it was only 48 minutes.
See, I did.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
A 48-minute wrestling show. Who'd have thought it?
Well, it's like I mentioned earlier on about the first episode of Impact, right? The first episode of Impact is very similar to this in tone, in terms of it starts off with an X Division match and it ends with a returning star, which is at the time was the Dudleys and Kevin Nash. And it's just the perfect sort of amount of television. I think 2 hours is probably fine. 1 hour, I mean, it's a boring point to go over that 3 hours is too long, but I mean, it's for what it is. It's great. It's still a lot of it still holds up. A lot of it doesn't. Let's be clear, but it's interesting as an experiment to watch back.
Well, after this, we've done two things at WCW over the past few months. We did Road Wild a few months ago.
We did,
and we've done Nitro today. September is famous in WCW for one big thing, apart from the debut of Nitro: Fall Brawl. Fall Brawl happened every September, and what's the best thing about Fall Brawl?
War Games.
The Brawl.
The War Games.
War Games.
War Games happened at Fall Brawl.
War Games.
I suggest sometime this month, maybe not next week, but soon in this month, we do War Games.
All right,
we watch War Games.
Sounds like a good shout. Do you know? I tell you what. You know why I think it's a good shout? I have never watched a whole War Games match. Not ever. Never once. So there you go.
Some good stuff. There's some shit as well, but there's some good stuff.
Well, maybe we should watch one good one and a shit one. I think we've come to the end of the podcast this week. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed our anniversary retrospective of the first ever WCW Monday Nitro. Don't forget to go to facebook.com/Royal Grumble Pod. No, facebook.com/Royal Grumble, because that's the actual website. Don't put pod in the end of it. You won't find us. Don't forget to go to facebook.com/Royal Grumble. Go to twitter.com/Royal Grumble Pod. That's our handle on Twitter. Send us your top 15s, obviously. Send what size you think Daryl's penis is. Suggest it to us.
Yeah,
if you've got any
nearest millimetre is fine.
I mean, some people must have some insider information out there, so see what they say. We'll find out.
Yeah.
That's all we've got to say for this week. Don't forget to leave us a review on iTunes. Mention Daryl's penis size if you want. I don't mind. Fill your boots. Subscribe, and that's it. Say goodbye, Daryl.
Goodbye, Daryl.
Say goodbye, Dan.
Bye.
See you later.
It's like Theon fucking Greyjoy.